What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Lazy Girl World, and today we're back talking about a movie. We're talking about a sci-fi movie. We're talking about the Mandela Effect that came out in 2019, so just in December. But before we get into it, if you like my content, the videos you've been seeing, please go ahead, press the subscribe button wherever it may be, all around town, wherever it is. Go ahead and click it. Let's get them subscriptions up. Okay. So, the Mandela Effect, the movie, is based off the phenomena of the actual Mandela Effect, where there were like a large group of people that believed that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, but in actuality, he actually died in 2013. So that is what the movie is based off of, that effect. So the movie starts off with a husband and wife. They're at the beach with their child. The child ends up going out of their sight, losing her monkey in the water. She decides to go and get it herself, and the child does end up drowning. So the mom had decided that she wanted to kind of try to deal and heal and move on, and so she starts packing up the room, but the dad wasn't quite ready. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you touching her stuff? We need to leave it all the way it was. Just leave it. Because the mom was like trying to pack stuff up. She had taken the sheets off the bed. She had taken the books out. He's like, she needs to have these books. These are her books. These are her favorite books. And the mom's like, okay, I'm sorry. I definitely should have talked to you about that. But you know, we kind of need to heal, and we need to move on. And he's like, don't tell me how to heal. So he ends up looking at one of the books of his daughters and seeing that it says the Berenstain Bears, like S-T-A-I-N, but he was like, that's not how I remember it at all. I don't remember it being that. He goes and looks online, I should say, and he sees like where it should have been like a bunch of people remember it being Berenstain Bears, like S-T-E-I-N. And so he kind of ends up in like that weird rabbit hole researching the Mandela Effect and false memories that people will have. And he ends up talking to his brother-in-law the next day, and he's like, don't you remember the book with the bears? And he was like, yeah, the Berenstain Bears. And he's like, yes, right, exactly, the Berenstain Bears. But when I looked on the book, it says the Berenstain Bears. And the brother's like, huh, crazy, I must have remembered it wrong. He's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to say the Mandela Effect. Something's wrong. So there's a lot that actually happens in the movie. I don't remember these actors from anything else besides what they were a part of, besides this movie, I should say. Like, not, maybe the brother-in-law looks kind of familiar, but I don't know anybody else from this movie at all. But this movie, for sure, it combines a lot of theories, like scientific, what is going on in the world theories. And I think it did a very great job of combining all of those theories. I kind of don't want to get more into it because I feel like if it would ruin it a bit, or maybe not, but it's kind of like Mandela Effect, like the actual effect, meets the movie The 13th Floor, meets the movie Extinction with Michael Pena. So if you could just combine Extinction and The 13th Floor, and then also Mandela Effect, the theory on top of it, then you would get this movie. I feel like everybody did a great job acting in it. It was the husband, amazing, and then the wife, she essentially had to act she was essentially two different people. She had to have two different personalities in this movie, and she did a great job in it. I feel like scientifically they pulled it off, if that makes sense. I don't really feel like there were any continuity issues, I should say, if that makes sense. If where it was like, this doesn't really make, like, you're saying this but it doesn't make sense, like that wasn't in here at all. So I wish I had looked up who the directors were. I do, like I said, I think I said it's an independent film. It's a great independent film. Definitely think you should give it a try. I would give it I'm going to go an 8 out of 10. Just for the sheer fact that they were gutsy enough to put all of those things together, and I feel like it did a great job being like the 13th Floor's cousin. Like I said, I don't want to give it away, so definitely give it a watch. Like I said, it's a quick watch. Nothing scary, okay? It's sci-fi, nothing scary. You don't have to worry about any jump scares or someone peeping around the corner or super dark scenes where you're like, what in the world's going on? Like, you don't have to worry about that at all. Just watch the movie, enjoy it, and it'll be a great time for you. So that's just my movie recommendation. Let me know what you guys actually thought about it. Like, watch it. Like, honestly, watch it. Let me know what you thought. And then if you have any other recommendations that are like that, let me know so I can watch them. Okay, thank you for joining me. Goodbye.